Greetings, this is Josh with Projects for Fun, and today I'd like to go over the heirloom seeds that I've got this year from Baker Creek Seed Company. You can check them out at rareseeds.com, and let's go ahead and see what we got here. So the first thing I want to plant this year is peas, and that'll be a direct sow a couple weeks before our last frost date. So I'll probably be getting these in the ground mid-April. It's been a little hard to kind of predict our first frost dates lately, so usually they're about May 15th for us, so I think middle of April will be a good choice. But the first variety of peas is Lillian's Caseload. And then I have another variety here called Tall Telephones. And always wanted to get a better pea harvest, so this year I'm planning on pretty much filling up all my garden boxes. I got 10 of them right now with all pea plants right from the get-go, and see how we do. This here is something that most people don't grow anymore. My grandfather used to grow these, not necessarily this variety, but ground cherries, they kind of look, it's kind of hard to describe. They got a husk on the outside. It's a short berry plant, and they have kind of a cherry taste to them. They're good with pies and jams and preserves, stuff like that. They're pretty tart. My grandfather, when he used to cook them as a cherry pie, he knew the kids wouldn't like to eat a yellow pie, so he tried to add food coloring, and one Christmas he made us a green ground cherry pie because he couldn't see the difference between the red and the green food coloring. So looking forward to these, and I know my neighbors from Serbia are kind of looking forward to having some of these as well. New variety of tomatoes this year for me. I haven't grown too many yellow and orange tomatoes. I do a lot of the purples, and last year I really got into those Amish paste tomatoes. We had quite the harvest of those, but these little sweet tomatoes here should be another nice variety. I'm thinking for salads, stuff like that. Maybe some marinara. Every year we grow peppers. Usually we grow a couple large habanero plants, and last year we did some Chinese 5-color peppers from Baker Creek as well. If I plant those this year, they're going to be ornamental out in the front yard instead of in the main garden area. But got some a new variety of jalapenos, and we'll see how those do with freeze drying and some other stuff. We want to try and do some more fermenting this year. Got a new freeze dryer this year, and really want to freeze dry more peppers because they look beautiful when they're done. Got some cayenne peppers. Have never grown cayennes before. I got a lot of really bright full sun in the front of my garden, and I really hope that these will do well. All right, moving on to some herbs. Bee balm. This one I'm hoping will attract more of our pollinators in the garden, the bees, and bee balm always smells great, so I'm looking forward to that one. Some thyme, as well as some parsley. Now we do have some other herbs we're going to be growing this year, mostly basil and dill, things like that. But I didn't get any of those from Baker Creek this year. I have some other seeds from previous years that still seem to germinate well. So moving on, we got some carrots. This variety looked really interesting. The color looked amazing on the inside. And I'm hoping that it being an earlier variety, we'll get it before the heat snaps come in the kind of the late summer, which usually kind of spells the end for carrots for me. Every year I grow a lot of squash, and this year I want to try this variety of butternut and see how it goes. Its vines are only supposed to be about 3 feet long, so I'm hoping that they're a little easier for me to control and don't take up as much space in their raised beds. Now I'm trying to grow 2 grains this year. Both of them are amaranths. So this first one here looked really cool. It's going to be a shorter variety, and supposedly you can dye stuff with it. So I'm looking forward to trying that out, see what it does. And for a larger variety of it, we have this golden amaranth. Okay, so now I've got the point where I've got a couple free seed packets I got from Baker Creek. This first one is one of those burpless cucumbers. See how that goes. And then an Uzbek golden carrot. So another carrot variety. We'll see how this one goes. I'll have to read up a little bit more on what it likes. But looking forward to that as well. Now this last one is one that I've grown several times before. I just finally used up all my seeds the other year ago, and I skipped a year planting them, so I was out of seeds that were going to germinate well. So these blackcoat runners, these are really amazing, and the flowers, I've had a lot of luck attracting hummingbirds with them. So they're pretty good to eat too, and I do pre-soak them before I plant them, and I have learned to wait until the soil temperature is nice and warm before I even try to do these up here. Alright, so go ahead and moving on. The second thing I wanted to show you after the seeds was how I'm going to be organizing most of my seeds for this year. So I almost have enough cases for this, but I need to get one more case and see how that goes. So what I'm doing is I got a 4x6 inch photo case. My wife got it for me at a hobby store, and it's got 16 of these little 4x6 cases in it. And what's nice about them is, since they're transparent and they're about an inch thick or so, you can actually fit multiple seed packets in the same case and actually see what you got going on in there. And so this one, I have a little envelope of some spare carrot, celery seeds, and I also have the pack in the front. So, you know, you kind of like two cases and one pretty much for that. And what it does is it fits in a larger case like this. So I've got 16 of them in there, and I got tons of seeds. And I've got 2 of these cases right now, and I'll have to get one more, I think, to keep track of what seeds I saved this year, plus all the new varieties that I have. And what's nice too is there's enough room inside of each of those little cases that I can fit some notes if I want to on, you know, how a seed did, or, you know, what I like, what I don't like about it. And as well as clearly see the dates that I have written on the seeds. So I'll know what year I bought them. You know, sometimes when you get a seed packet and you peel it open, you kind of lose that date. And so that's pretty much it. So I'm looking forward to this garden season. I got a bunch of things I'm getting ready to start behind me here. And I'm still a couple weeks out. You know, I got a good 2 to 3 months before we're actually planting a lot of the vegetables out there. But some of them, like I said, the peas, you know, those will be going out earlier. Hopefully the asparagus I planted last year will be up, and you know, we'll have spring onions soon, and some other stuff. And garlic that I planted last year will be popping up in the early spring. And should be a good season here this year, so I'm looking forward to it. And I will update you guys when I know more of how the year's going. So I'll take some pics with the phone or something like that, and then pop up and show what else I got here going on here. So with that, thanks everybody for visiting, and I'll catch you later.